Alright, what's up you guys? So I'm just going to quickly show you guys how to increase your armory fairly effectively. It's really simple, just, but you don't really want to spend a lot of mats, and that's pretty, that's alright. So what you're going to want to start and do is go to the store and buy a bunch of templates. Hit these, I already bought a bunch of them, but just go ahead and buy as many as you feel like if you have the gold to spare. I usually do 100 because it's easier to keep track of how much I should be getting and how much I actually am getting. It just lets me know how lucky I am, I guess. But yeah, so just go ahead and buy a bunch of gold level 10 ones, and then go to the smithy. And so then next, you want to go to the recipes, and you're going to want to do one of these two because it has the three mats, and I find that using three instead of the two, like the riding boots, gives you a better like outcome for per se. So then you're gonna want to go ahead and do that. And so I already rolled because rolling 100 templates is it takes time. But yeah, so I went ahead and rolled and upgraded. So I ended up getting I think 47 yellows, 49 purples, and like six or seven epic ones of just these right here, the shoes. So once you do that, you're basically just gonna go ahead and upgrade. I'll go ahead and use it on these real quick. You're just gonna want to go ahead and upgrade them, so that way you get more gold templates. So I should have enough actually. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you're basically just doing that, and you know, and then you end up with seven. It really just ends up giving you like a couple extra ones, but the more the better. So next, we're gonna go ahead and go to from level 15 to 20 using only the shoes, just so that way it's easier to keep track. So 20 is like it's difficult because there's not really that much. There's not really like a basic mat or a basic gear that gives you three three materials to use. So then you end up like spending you end up having to use the two, and that's just like I said, it doesn't really work out for me that well. So I always use any one of these armory mats or advanced mats that I have plenty of. So as you can see, I have plenty of Blackwater Defender, or at least that's basically done in the armory. So I'll go ahead and just check the mats on that. 1.3, that's not that great. Um, these, okay, yeah, so I got about 12 million of these mats, so that's what I'm going to be using. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and turn all those gold shoes into gold level 20 warhammers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to go ahead and do that off screen just for the sake of the simplicity and shortness of the video. But before I do that, so what you're going to want to do is I I go ahead and pre-upgrade on a higher level the mats that I'm going to need, so that way they just automatically fill. So here I'll show you what I mean. So we need 400 of these leathers. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go to level 40 and just hit that, and then just upgrade a bunch to level 40. It's probably more than I actually needed, but I'm probably gonna use them the purple mats eventually down the line. So it's not really that big of a waste. Um, you don't have to do it like this if you want to individually upgrade each time. That's fine too. It just is a way to save me mats. So basically all you're doing is you're just going to go and, you know, go ahead and press speed ups. And I'm going to do this a couple of times just so you guys can just watch. I'm not doing anything different. You can use gold. The outcomes don't change if you use gold. Um, you're just, you know, whatever. You're just gonna do this a bunch and you're gonna hope for the best. Really, it's gambling. Um, but yeah, so I did it a couple of times, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish off with just these, and then I'll start back up again. I finished upgrading and crafting, and this is what I ended up with after the upgrades: is 20 gold hammers and 3 epics. There was a ring over here that I had an extra upgrade piece for purple, but I mean it didn't really do much, but whatever. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to 25s. So what I generally do with 25s is I try and keep it roughly, the same material or the same gear thing, so that way I don't have a huge like queue of all like different types of gear that I have. So that if I have like 200 of these, that's fine, versus maybe like 20 of like 10 different types of gear. It just takes up space and it makes it a little bit faster. So this is what I've always used, dancing shoes. But it's up to personal preference what you use. So now for 20 to 25s, like I said, you're gonna go back to using basic gears again. Just so the idea is so you don't have to spend so much money on buying event material packs and whatnot. So let me scroll all the way down. And I mean, you can like the same thing with the shoes and earlier at from 10 to 15. You can use either one of these, but like I said, because I just I've used the dancing shoes before. That's what I'm going to go ahead and use again, just so I don't have a ton of extra gear in my equipment. So at this point, you're still going to be using your all purple mats. And let's see. Yeah, so you're going to still be using all purple mats, and you're just going to go ahead and use the 20 right there, the 20 hammers or whatever you know, whatever you get. But you're using all purple mats in the gold template still until about level 35, or when you start rolling 35s, then you're gonna switch it up, and but I'll show you when we get there. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'll just go ahead and quickly upgrade some of these, and hope things go out well. Um, and we'll just do a couple more of these. It's 2 in a row. That's kind of cool. We'll do maybe 2 or 3 more, just so you guys can see that I'm actually doing things. I'm not doing anything different. I'll use one. You can use gold, and maybe do one more with gold, so you guys don't think that gold actually affects the outcome. Yeah, so it becomes purple too. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the rolling the 30s. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished rolling it, and I ended up with about 10 after upgrading everything, which is actually pretty good. So like 10 out of 20 is the 50% ratio. It's actually pretty cool that I actually got some extra templates here from packs, but so we're gonna go ahead and roll those with them. But you're not gonna always have these, but having extra templates is always a nice bonus. Anyway, so for 30s, it really depends what you want to do. I like to go and I like to go ahead and put 30 golds in, like using event mats. That's how I like to try and run 30s, because 30 golds are still they're okay. And then you can, it paints a better picture for me as to what I need to be doing, or what I need to be upgrading in each armory, really. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and do Stark, as I'm a Cav main. We're going to go ahead and try and get at least a 35 in Stark, and just for march size, really. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and just go to level 30, and these are the kind of event points that I'll get from it. So, let's see, how many mats do I have? Yeah, I got plenty. So we're just going to, use all purple mats again. And we'll start with using the shoes. Let's see what I get. And the first one is gold, so that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and move down to the ring. We're going to do the same thing. Yeah, do that. Go with that. Grab the shoes. And, okay, it became exquisite. That's fine. And we're just going to go ahead and keep going down the line, really. This is a great way to like kind of evenly use all your mats. But I mean, it doesn't really matter for me because I have plenty of them. And let's see. We're just gonna wait for the banners to go away. And finish. Alright, so it went exquisite again. That's fine. Just keep going down the list. And keep crafting. That became exquisite again too. Looks like I'm just gonna hit a rough bit. That's unfortunate. But yeah, this is what you're just gonna do. Okay, so I got that. Oh, nice, I got that 30. And we'll do one more Stark roll. And we'll go ahead and try this. One more, and it went exquisite. That's alright, but we'll work with it. So what we ended up with out of like 16 or so level 25s, I got about what is that? 7 gold 30s to roll, which it's not that bad. Plus an orange 30 that I can roll later, plus all these purple things that I can use for wearable templates eventually, and. But so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and start rolling the 35s. So I did, like I said earlier, I do need something in Stark, so we're gonna go ahead and try and go for something in Stark. Gonna go ahead and try and get the boots. So just we're gonna go for the boot. Where's the boot? There they are. All right. So like I said earlier, that you're going to do something differently now with 35s. You're going to, instead of using all purple, you're going to go ahead and alternate a blue purple combo. So let's see. Obviously, the event mats are going to always be blue. And then I'm just going to use what I have the most of on each one. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and craft, and we're going to hope for the best. And we got it. So that's one armory completed, and we're just going to screenshot that to brag about later. But that's basically one armory completed now. So we're going to stick that in there. And there you go. And now we can go ahead and stick the rest of the other fails in. I think I got a level 30 helmet there just to grab a little bit of extra. Yeah, there we go. So there you go. So I got extra march size, and that one's now done.